Ready? Casper and Dennis here for Submission Radio, proudly brought to you by Musashi with the one and only Israel Last Stylebender, set to take on Derek Brunson this weekend. This is different for you. You've done Vegas, now you're doing New York. Gotta ask though, man, how was your Halloween? We're one day removed. How was it yesterday for you?
My Halloween was, you saw that the UFC posted this guy Joe. He tried to scare me, not knowing I'm ahead of the game. So that was my Halloween. I didn't really get scared. I'm not shook one, so I'm just chilling.
Did you dress up?
Yeah, I dressed up as me.
But nothing, I thought you would be the kind of guy
like Deadpool.
I thought you should go as Deadpool because you got the Deadpool. Yeah.
Right now, I'm worried about one thing, and that's bloodying his face up on Saturday night. That could be my Halloween. I'll make his face a little bit scary.
You guys sort of had a lot of back and forth where there was that video where you guys were opposite each other in the bar. Now here it is, and the UFC, whether by coincidence or not, have put you guys opposite each other. What's it like being across from him now?
Doesn't bother me. I'm not phased. Not bothered at all. I mean, he's just another guy. Gonna put some gloves on, and I gotta whoop that ass.
I know you sort of like to feel out your opponents, gauge their energy. Have you been able to gauge it today or during this week at all?
What do you mean? I haven't really seen him. He looks relaxed. He looks calm, but so am I. I'm chill. You know, this is not my first rodeo. It won't be my last rodeo.
So this is kind of going to be like a middleweight tournament. You had Luke Rockhold. What did you make of him sort of not making this fight against Chris Weidman? And were you in the talks to possibly fight Chris Weidman instead as the replacement?
Not that I knew, nope. But for me, it's still a middleweight tournament. You know, not a lot of people made it to the finals, I guess. And you just have to show up. If you don't show up, you can't really be in there. So tonight, on Saturday night, whoever really shows up and makes a statement, I feel is in line for the belt next.
Do you like the fact that you're sort of the first one up as far as this middleweight tournament? You get to watch everybody else sort of make their performances?
Yeah, I get to relax after I beat Derek Brunson and just chill and enjoy the show. Really gauge it and see what's going to happen. So, excuse me.
It's been a long week.
I know, yeah. I'm just burping. I just had breakfast.
Speaking of, just quickly before we get on to with this being a long week, because you've been absolutely everywhere in New York. We've seen you being everywhere. We were just talking to Chris Weidman. He believes he's the backup for the Whittaker-Gastelum fight if he beats Jacare. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, he's all the way in New York. I'm only in New Zealand. I stay ready. I'm keep training. So if 2 weeks out, Kelvin slips on a banana peel, and like, shit, who are we going to call? It's perfect, the Trans-Tasman rivalry between the Wallaby and the All Black. How are you going to deny that? You can't, you know. He's already had a shot. I feel when I beat Robert, then he can fight me for the belt.
Just overall, you know, you've done these fight weeks before. It's pretty obvious that the UFC trying to push you. How has this one compared? Just being in New York and obviously Madison Square Garden, does it feel a little bit more special to you?
I wouldn't say not special, not yet. I'll soak it up after the fight, but it's been busy, definitely. And I already knew all this. Like, guys, the embeddeds kind of gave me a behind the scenes. So for years, even the countdowns, I've just been looking and been plotting, like, okay, this is what's going to happen when I get here. Like, I watch Ronda, Conor, John Jones, those guys. I watched how they got worked during the fight weeks. So I kind of already knew what was going to happen. So I was always plotting for all this shit. So, yeah, when I got there, I think my busiest day was Tuesday. I hit the ground running, 8 a.m., boom, to the car. Everything was already like, I've seen this before. I've seen this on the embedded, so I already knew what was expected of me. And because I'm so good at it, a lot of people want to keep me on. Like, even the complex, they normally have guys on for like 20, 25 minutes, 30. They had me on for over an hour because I can do this for all day. It's
you were playing
work.
some kind of game or something, I saw?
Connect Four. I almost beat him, but I didn't really think on my last move, and he even knew I was a worthy opponent. But just on my last move, I made the wrong move. Then I beat him in a thumb war. I had to win at something.
And also, you ran into the guy from Fuck That's Delicious, right?
Yeah, that's Action Bronson. Yeah.
And you had a bit of a conversation. You guys might be doing something together. Is that
yeah,
right?
I mean, after the fight, he knows his spots. He's a guy that knows about food. I follow him for his food and his taste, if you will. So after the fight, definitely I'll hit him up and see where he can send me and plug me up with some barbecue.
That's awesome. I was going to say, even though you're in the spotlight here and you're a guy that's being sent around to every big media outlet, you're kind of the face of the event, really, or in every embedded. You're a guy that comes from a small team in New Zealand. You got your man Huge, you got Dan Hooker, you got a great team over there in New Zealand, and even you guys from Engage who have sort of been there with you from day one are here with you as well.
Yeah.
So just for people at home, like, what's it like being on the big stage, but also it looks like you were able to retain the majority of that small team that you started with and not really left the camp or gone to other brands or worked with other people and sort of stayed with that little team? All of you guys being on this big stage, what does that sort of mean to you?
Like, I keep my circle small. I don't really like, I'm not one of these no new friends type guys. If you want to come to the table, you have to bring something of value. You can't just come to the table and start eating. You know that friend when everyone orders pizza, it's like, yeah, get some wings. And he's not putting any money in. Or when you pay for the pay-per-view, everyone pays and he's just like, oh, bro, fuck, oh, hold up, next week. I don't want to be like, you never want to be that guy. So whoever's coming to the team needs to bring something of value and can't be a shit cunt. Because a lot of people in this game are shit cunts. They're vultures, they're leeches, they're snakes, and I can spot them from a mile away. I've been in this for a long time, and I've had people approach me, and I'm like, they're just casting a net. They're casting a net wide. Even the smart ones have approached me years ago, but they were just casting a net. But I'm not one of these guys who's just gonna like fall on my team because I've got better opportunities now, quote unquote better opportunities. The best opportunities with the guys who got me to the dance, so I'm going to stick with them.
Well, let's talk about the fight quickly as we wrap up. You've seen sort of him. You guys haven't really gone face-to-face yet, but what is your prediction for this fight with Brunson? How are you feeling this one's going to play out at Madison Square Garden when you guys do finally get to fight?
I mean, the artistry speaks for itself. Look at his style. Look at his body of work, and look at my body of work. It's just, there's no comparison. What makes him good is his chaos. But that's for guys who just stand there and get hit. Whenever he fights, he's hit and miss. With me, he's going to miss. Many times he's going to miss and get hit.
Awesome. Can't wait. And then, of course, the Good Cunt T-shirt in the celebration after party.
I actually brought it
through Madison Square Garden, yeah. I feel is appropriate.
Of course. Yeah.
Have you had some funny looks?
VIP. I haven't worn it yet because I've just been chilling. But yeah, in the VIP spot, I'm definitely going to be rocking it.
I see you, Dana White. Good Cunt T-shirts.
Yeah, I haven't got one for, what's his name, McMaynard. But the next one's Good Dick, because all these Americans are too fucking triggered by the word cunt, so I felt like everyone uses dick all the time, so I'm going to put Good Dick.
And like you, Chris Pratt, Good Dick T-shirts.
That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I mean, we can be BFFs. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. Well, best of luck,
Cool.
Israel. It's great to
Yeah.
see you here in Madison Square Garden.
Yes, thanks, guys.